Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I wanted to show you an example of what you get in your kits, the ones that purchased one. These are the mystery journal kits that I'm putting together that I had told you guys 2 or 3 weeks ago that I was going to do. I'm putting them together, and I'm putting them together as I get orders. And even though I'm going to show you this is probably not going to be everything that's going to be in this kit, because every time I pack one and I look around, I find more things that I'm putting down in there. So there's probably going to be more things in than just this. But this is going to give you a good example, because I had a few people that, a couple of people that said, I don't know what's going to be in them. I'd like to see what's in them before I spend that kind of money for them. So I'm going to show you. You're going to get all your papers that will fit in one of these waterproof Ziploc bags. One of these waterproof zipper bags that we put our e-club kits in. These are waterproof, they're tear-proof. I mean, I keep all of my kits and everything in these, so everything that will go is going to go in these kits. And sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath because, yes, I did just make my way from the living room out here and hobbled my way out here to the shop because of my silly broken foot. But anyway, I'm here, so if I'm a little out of breath, just excuse me. Now, this is an example of one of the covers. This may not be on yours. This isn't going to be an example. You will get a piece of fabric that matches your kit, depending on whether it's fall, Christmas, spring, whatever, that matches your kit, and I will already have it cut the size that you need. I make my journals 6x9. That's kind of a standard journal size, so that's the size that I make mine. So these will be cut so that when you fold them, when you fold this up, it will be, and I've got, look, my stuff in here, it will be 6x9, okay? So then, instead of, this is a bubble mailer in this one. This is just one that I had put together last year, so I thought I would show you. Instead of getting a bubble mailer, you are going to get, let me pull a piece of this out. This is interfacing, and it is a medium weight interfacing. You will get a long piece of this, big enough that you can fold it, and even you'll have to trim some off to put on the inside here. I put it on my kit that I did the video on Saturday, the purple kit, and it works great. So you get that instead of a bubble mailer, because I don't have enough bubble mailers to give everybody. And I don't want to go to the post office and steal them. So you'll get that. And then you will get a piece of canvas that is big enough for the inside that, you know, is cut the same size as the outside here. So kind of like that. See, everything will be cut basically for you. All you'll have to do is either glue it or stitch it together. You can glue all of this. Just put a good amount of glue on there and glue it together, and then you're ready to fold it up and stitch. So fabric, and then your interfacing for the inside. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to go over some papers. Let me grab, this is just one of the fall ones that I have put together today. So you got 30 pages, and I'm just going to flip through them like this because some of these kits you guys have seen before. Most of them are mine or Melina's. I think one or two. This one's Alicia's, I think. And they'll all coordinate. They may be from different kits from us, but they will all coordinate and flow together. Now, most of them are going to be printed on one side, but I showed you guys different things that you can do to cover a blank page. You can either put two of these together. You're going to have enough that you can glue some of them together. Or you can look at my video. I'll try to remember to link it below, and I show you all of the different ways that you can cover a blank page, okay? So, 30 of these. I just love all these fall kits, and I'm not a fall person, as you guys know, but I love these fall kits. Love the colors in them. But see, this is two completely different kits. Three, as a matter of fact. And look how they match. So all of your papers are going to blend. They're not going to, I'm not just going to throw at you something that's not going to match. I promise you. Okay. So that's 30 pages already printed for you, ready to be used. So even if you took 15 of these and glued them all together, then you still have 15 pages, front and back. You have 15. And then you have all of your insert pages. So there's 30 of those. Well, let me go to the ephemera first. Now for the ephemera, again, I'm constantly finding more ephemera sheets that I had printed, so I'm slowly just adding more ephemera sheets to everything. You'll get at least 10 ephemera sheets. They'll be different. They'll be where they match your kit. This is just some that went with this one well. That's autumn. And then there's some ephemera sheets. So it'll be at least 10. It may be more because, like I said, I am finding more and more and more. I can't believe I printed so many over the years. But that, I don't know how many this is, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll need to put 3 more there at least. And then we'll look at some of the insert pages. Now, you'll get some of these vintage handwritten letters. You'll get some of those. You'll get some of this that I printed. I printed that on some of that tan paper. These can be used either as inserts. You can cut them up. You can, use them as a page in between your other pages, whatever you want. So there's 2 of those. And now I'm going to lay these pieces aside. You'll get something similar to this. It may not be this exact one, but it'll be something similar. Lay this aside. Trying to sort this out. You will get a vintage ledger page, and it most likely will have writing on it like this. I love that myself, but if you don't have to include it in yours. You can just make copies of it and do whatever you want to with it. This is from 1934. So you'll get a full sheet of this. So that's enough for at least 2 pages. So my drawing paper, newsprint paper, braille paper, the it's not vellum. What is this? I'm not sure exactly what this is, but it's like vellum. You can see through it kind of. You get a piece of that, and yours may vary, depending on your kit. You get a piece of map page. Get an Edith Holden book, 2 Edith Holden book pages that can be, fit together. Like you can trim this right here off, and then you can put washi down through here and put it in your journal, or you can just take them and fold them and use them however. You get a piece of this old printer paper that's from way, way back when. You'll get a piece of this very old and fragile music paper. This come out of a dungeon somewhere, and I did see a date on this. I think it's 1900. No, this one is 65. January 65 from New York. So this is one that somebody just wrote. This is a piece. And most of them, some of them will be whole, some of them will be half. It'll be whatever I have. And then just a piece out of an old notebook that I had. A piece of this. Some straw paper. Some very old, well, this is not very old. Some very stained paper, I should say. Piece of this. And a piece of this ledger page that is not written on. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, might as well say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 20 pages of miscellaneous that you can put in between your journal pages like I do, if you want. Then I have some very old vintage book pages. You can either use them for ephemera, to dress up your ephemera, or you can put them in your journal. And then you'll get an Italian book page. This is written in Italian. This is some that I got from Rachel Roxy Creations. You get let's see, 2 of these, I believe. Oh yeah, here's another one. You'll get a cream colored envelope. You'll get a paper bag, and I show lots of different ways you can use these little paper bags in your journals. They're fun. You will get one of these that is like it's a card base, and I've showed you different ways that I use these in my journals. And then some miscellaneous ephemera out of my stash. All of this come out of my stash. And let me see, there is some vintage invoices, some very, very old, what are these, checks, I guess. What is that? Yeah, received from, well, it's like a receipt, I guess. They're really old. And then you'll get some of these. I can't remember. I think I'm putting 3 of these in each kit. And then 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3 of those in each kit. And I think I'm putting 2 of these in each kit, but I don't know where the other one is. Anyway, you get some of that. So that's just some extra things that you can make tags and pockets and things out of. We're not finished. We are not finished. Here's another envelope that you will get. And I'm not sure I'm putting all this in this envelope because it's kind of bulging. But anyway, I put it in there to keep it together. You'll get a ton of vintage stamps from my stamp collection. These are very, very old, most of them. Some of them are not so old, but most of these are old, and they came off of, this is, well, it says number 43. I don't know what that means. But they came off of letters and things. That's a 5-cent stamp. I mean, and I'm going to try to give you ones that match your kit. Like most of these are in the greens and browns and tans, and they seem to match. And then 4 of these little clips where you can use your clips to put things in if you want. You get some birds and butterflies and some, depending on your kit, you'll get just different types of ephemera that, like I said, that match your kit. Some of the little flower stickers, some butterfly stickers, and let's see, there's another one, another butterfly sticker. A couple of tea cards that might match your kit, depending on what kits you get. I've got some for every season, I think. I don't know if I got any Christmas, but I'll look. And then some strips of these tickets that go with your kit. Then some miscellaneous buttons. Let me see if I can pull these out. I'm just going to kind of show you. Now these are little charms here. You get a couple of charms. These are metal charms. And then these are some miscellaneous buttons. And I know there's lots more in here somewhere. Let's see if I can get them all together. Okay. So like there's a little beehive, and there's a little bear, butterfly, flower, a couple of those. I mean, these just go with the kit really well, so I'll pull those out. And then there's 4 of these little clips, little clips that I use to clip things on the pages. 4 of those. And then, of course, your needle and thread, the thread that goes with your kit. And then, I thought I heard a car horn out there. And then some twine. Okay, sorry, I got a little bit distracted. My granddaughter came in to wrap my foot for me. Let's see. Okay, so these are stickers. They're little phrase stickers. Get those. Some more little ephemera pieces out of my stash. And then these are just a couple of sheets of these little label things. Some very old vintage cabinet card. These are cabinet card prints. These are not the cabinet cards. Those are prints. And then just some little tabs that kind of go with your kit. Some more little odds and ends of ephemera pieces. And then I've got some of these in each one. These are peel and stick. And then some doilies. There's some more of those little tabs. And then some of these little things you can put in there, like I do mine sometimes. And then one of these clear stick-on pockets. So that, I know that's a ton of stuff. And then we're still not finished. And then a couple of larger glossine bags, and then your laces and trims. So you get enough lace that goes across the bottom if you want to make a pocket. It'll be different laces, so. And then this is just some lace from my stash. If you don't want it ruffled, you can cut this off or either clip the threads and it'll straighten it out. I do that all the time and use that. And then this is from an old tablecloth that I got a long time ago from a thrift store. So everybody gets a piece of that. Then some other laces and trims from my stash. There's another one. And then some pieces of the ticking. That's going to go in each kit depending on, not even depending on what kit you get. I'm going to put some of that in every kit. And then you get 3 strips of the crinkle seam binding from my scrap cabin. You get 3 strips of that match your kit. So of course if it's Christmas, you get the Christmas colors, spring colors, etc. So that that is one kit. And like I said, all of these kits, I'm putting more in than what I'm showing you, because as I'm putting them together and I'm leaving them open, and as I find other things, I'm just going back and sticking more things in there, because I've got to clear out some things. I don't even have room to sit anymore. So I'm, slowly just adding more and more and more. So when you get yours, hopefully you will be very, very happy. Now, I did put up a few more of the fall ones today because the fall ones seem to sell out really, really fast. So I put up a few more of those today. I've got Christmas up, spring up, let's see, fall. I've got another one up. I can't even remember what it is now. Christmas, fall, spring, and I've got one other one. But anyway, I've still got some miscellaneous ones to put up. They might not be a particular category. Like I've got one that's just a lot of roses, so there'll be different roses. And then I've got one that's blues, and then, so I'm going to put those up, but they won't be today. All right, thank you guys so much for the ones that have already purchased these, and then hopefully this clarifies a little bit more about what will be in the kit when you get it. So everything will be printed, ready, cut, ready to go together when you get it. All you have to do is start putting it together and you'll have your big fat journal. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.